is what it's like to come home. Feel it as you arrive at the southernmost tip of the great continent as you alight in South Africa, the home of Nelson Mandela and a shining beacon of hope and freedom to the world. The place of gold, the Big Five, and approximately 50 million people speaking 11 official languages. South Africa, or as we call it, Mzansi, boasts the largest stock exchange.
Jorik, hello. We're out here today at the Makhelwane Festival in Orlando West, Soweto. This is hosted at the Lebu's Backpackers in Orlando West. It's really a special moment for me in particular. I think, after having lost Lebu in December as a pioneer in the tourism industry in Soweto, to be back here today and to be able to celebrate this event by him, it's really a touching thing. We've experienced a lot of difficulty as small businesses over the last 2 years because of COVID and the impact. So it's really great to have an event like this that promotes small businesses, that showcases them and exposes them to the world, and not only to South Africa but to the world. And us as a city, particularly as economic development, we have an interest in stimulating the local economy and partnering with small businesses and understanding how best we can take them to the next level, and not just to grow marginally, but to grow exponentially. How can we take them grow vertically? We think that it's an opportunity to identify really solid businesses that we can take to the next level. So today is full of. I'm so impressed with the kind of products that we've seen, and some of them are unconventional. It's not your typical products that you see in the market. You've seen that SMEs are really daring and they're really breaking boundaries in terms of getting into innovation and new products. So we're really excited to be here. We're going to have a follow-up with each and every SME that is staging here today, and that's the promise that we made, to understand what it is that we need to do within the city's programs to support them. How can you connect them? How can you put them through our opportunity centers and help them scale up, right? Our opportunity centers are there to help them change the way that they manage their business, right? And professionalize their businesses and the multiple lines, HR, finance, and so on, like a typical enterprise business operates. So we are doing a full-on incubation with our opportunity centers. So really, that's the reason why we're here, and moreover, just to enjoy, and just say local is back, and the township economy rocks, and we're pretty excited, and we're pretty sure that this is going to be a success. Thank you.
Museums are very important in defining the history of our countries, and of course they are part of their cultural exchange and the identity that we have. From where I'm seated, I think they are important because they highlight the importance of knowing our history. They play a role in terms of nation building.
International Museum Day was celebrated in countries around the world on the 18th of May 2016. Everywhere the message was the same. As the custodians of history, museums are among the most important and valuable institutions that any society can possess. The city of Johannesburg has many superb museums. Museum Africa in Newtown has been described as representing the city's soul. Here you can discover how the earliest inhabitants of the area lived, and how some of them live today. This segment of an informal settlement is the genuine article, transported lock, stock and barrel from its original location in Alexandra Township. From natural history to the artifacts of man, there is indeed something for everyone. Museum Africa also houses the Ben Susan Museum of Photography, where the tools by which much of modern history has been recorded are on display. Simple toys like this were the genesis of motion pictures, predecessors of the film projectors that are now themselves relics of history. A thorough exploration of Museum Africa could keep you occupied for days. Yet there is so much more. The James Hall Museum of Transport houses a fascinating collection of vehicles dating from the earliest times. Many of them, like these fire engines, are specific to the city of Johannesburg.
The aims and the objectives of the James Hall Museum of Transport is to conserve and preserve these exhibits so that future generations could know about the history of land transport in the city of Johannesburg. We can teach the public about the importance of heritage.
Enthusiasts of military history won't be disappointed either. A visit to the Gauteng Museum of Military History will leave you in awe at the ingenuity of man in creating instruments of destruction. There are many exhibits on display which are unique to this museum. This Messerschmitt night fighter from World War II is the only one of its kind in the world. Constitution Hill is a fine example of a museum dedicated to a particular aspect of social history. There were many women activists during the apartheid era, and their role in the struggle is honoured in the very prison where they were incarcerated. The entire complex has been restored, and the dark cells have been preserved for posterity. The Kliptown Open Air Museum at the Walter Sisulu Square in Soweto is another powerful reminder of recent history. History is continually being created, and it's the museums of the world that help us keep track of where we've been and where we are going.
It is part of the museums that we've built over some time post the democratic dispensation in our country. If you take, for instance, Hector Peterson Museum, it is a museum that we've built immediately after our democratic dispensation. It plays a very significant role in terms of reconnecting with our history. Of course, historically, we know our history as a country, as South Africa. We're coming from a history of the past that is very painful. So it's important to balance that, but also to change the narrative going forward.
Our history and the history of our struggle is one of the greatest resources we have. And heritage is a way in which we pass on the glories, the defeats, the rough journey that was that struggle.
My name is Zaza, born and bred Orlando West. This is my company, it's called Heart and Soul. I make earrings, accessories, and whatever else that comes to mind. I always try and tap into that creative niche and just come up with something great. I'm just so grateful for Soweto Tourism Investment for actually giving us a stage this and showcase what we can do. And that actually makes us more proud to be South African and most proudly to be Sowetan. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Wendy Vesela. I am the founder of Matomani. So we use Mopani worms to make processed products like your Mopani flour, Mopani biscuits. We've got a protein bar coming up very shortly. We are based here in Gauteng, in the northern part of Gauteng, and the opportunity to be here at the Soweto conference, it's very good for us. It assists with brand awareness and to be able to connect with customers. I'm very happy to say that we already have people, distributors, that are very interested to work with us and to be able to continue to promote our brand on the ground. Thank you so much.
Gigi, thank you so much. Economic development's primary role is investment attraction, promotion of SMMEs for job creation. So this event really talks to the heart of what our mandate is as the city. We are there to provide an enabling environment for businesses to thrive and to be able to grow, and not just to thrive, but for them to grow vertically. And I think it's important to have these kind of engagements and not just talk shop, right? To have tangible programs that we can come and articulate, but also to give confidence to the business community in terms of what it is that we're doing today, and for them, give them insights into what's happening and some of the challenges that we face, because people are tired and people have lost faith and have lost trust in government. And I think it's important to sort of take them into confidence. So an event like this, I think, promises to bring hope to businesses around. It's great exposure. We get to understand, we get to know exactly what it is that they're doing, but also the programs that we have in play that will support them. So very important.
One of the most difficult things about being a Joburger is explaining to people that have never been here before what Joburg actually is. Hot off the heels of my last Indian trip, I'm about to embark on a really exciting global adventure, so I thought I'd shoot a little I Love Joburg video to take with me. Welcome to Good Things Guy Live, Episode 2. One of the things I realized while traveling overseas recently is that people just don't understand what Joburg is. There is a massive misconception around South Africa in general. South Africa is a beautiful, diverse, incredible country. Of course, you've probably seen these words being used to describe pretty much every single other place on earth. But many people just don't seem to think that South Africa can be any of those things. When meeting people that have never been here before, one of the first things they mention is Oscar Pistorius. Not exactly what we want to be known for. The second to follow was usually, and that damn awful president of yours. Also, not what we want to be known for. People generally then jumped into the crime factor and asked what it's like living in such an incredibly violent place. And then there was the lion question. Do we have lions walking around freely? No. But kinda. We have wild animals in the wild, in national parks, which you could easily go and visit just 2 hours outside of Johannesburg. Then there were the usual one-liners. Do you hunt for food? Do you live in a hut? Do you know Joe? He lives in Tanzania. Or can you teach me to say something in African? So before I make my way on my next global adventure, I decided to shoot a little adventure right here in the streets of Joburg.
Yeah!
Tell me what you love most about Joburg.
You! The trees! Biggest man-made forest in the world.
Ponty Tower. Oh, wait, it's not me, James. Tell me what you love most about Joburg. The life. It's amazing.
What?
vlog number 2 of Good Things Guy Live. Please like, follow, subscribe, do whatever you have to do to keep in touch with what I'm doing. Next week, I'm going to be coming to you from a hot air balloon in Turkey. Thank you, and only good things.
Exports, a vital part of the Western Cape's economy and something we've historically done very well. But it's been a challenging time for the world. There's been uncertainty coupled with great change. At Westgrow, we looked at the uncertainty and we saw opportunity to create a brand that could support our export industry and help our local economy recover and ultimately thrive. Introducing Made in the Cape. Tapping into the trend of region of origin, Made in the Cape is a brand that works to establish the Western Cape as a destination that's sustainable and resilient in how it does business. Think of Made in the Cape as a stamp of approval. When buyers from around the world see this logo, they will recognize it as a symbol of quality, standing for sustainability, diversity, and excellence. But to really help our exporters take a giant leap forward, we needed more than a symbol of excellence. We needed innovation. So Made in the Cape went digital with the first of its kind online trade portal, offering a way for international buyers to connect with the incredible goods and services from the Western Cape at the click of a button. To get the message out there, we ran campaigns attracting the best local suppliers to sign up to join the Made in the Cape brand. And we ran campaigns aimed at international buyers, attracting them to everything the Western Cape has to offer. From Our Home to Yours epitomizes everything Made in the Cape stands for. It's that moment where digital meets the real world, where the goods or services bought online are unwrapped and enjoyed in homes all across the world. We love that idea of an online connection turned into reality. So we took it a step further and invited international buyers to leave their home and visit ours to see for themselves just how much the Western Cape has to offer.
Amazing event. It's actually over-exceeded our expectations. We didn't think it would come together like this.
So the Made in the Cape event was really amazing because here we are exposed to so many different importers from different countries.
It's been amazing, very well organized.
The results of Made in the Cape's early efforts speak for themselves. The Cape Trade Portal launched in 2022 with 115 registered exporters showcasing 600 products. Within just 1 year, the platform grew to 924 exporters showcasing over 4,000 products from around the Western Cape. And we're only just getting started. Made in the Cape is a brand we're passionate about and committed to growing in new and exciting ways with each new day. Because if you can't be in the Western Cape, the next best thing is having a little bit of it wherever you are in the world. If it comes from the southern tip of Africa, nurtured by the sun and the two oceans breeze. If it thrives like 1,000 floral species, grown by skilled hands with respect and expertise. If it's rooted in land rich and fruitful, inspired by beauty and the spirit of what if? If it innovates to make lives better, produced with pride, right here where we live. If it's created to be world-class quality, you can trust it's as good as others say. If it's driven by a love of local, it's made in the Western Cape.
Tourism, one of the most important parts of the Western Cape's economy, bringing in millions of tourists each year and billions of foreign money. The pandemic destroyed that, and the effect was devastating. With the world's tourist destinations now open again, competition is fierce. Whilst parents pay for holidays, often they don't make the decision on where to go. Their kids do. But almost all tourism ads are targeted at adults. So we did the opposite. Introducing Play Before You Stay, a place that allows kids to experience the Western Cape virtually so that they can get their parents to take them to experience the Western Cape in reality. We created a digital replica of one of the Western Cape's most famous destinations, Table Mountain, in one of the world's most popular kids' destinations, Roblox. And then built a game where kids explore, learn and experience the best of one of the 7 wonders of the natural world, featuring the amazing real-world activities, wildlife and fun that kids can enjoy in the Western Cape, collecting points that could then be redeemed at the shop to customize their avatar, which then helped spread our message even further as they played other Roblox games. The Western Cape became the first tourism destination to market itself on Roblox.
There's an entire playable Table Mountain game and objects to collect in this lovingly detailed render.
What better way to market a place than to play with it before you stay? Play Before You Stay is a new form of tourism marketing, putting the Western Cape on the map for the next generation of travelers.
Let's get into Roblox. Yay, Talia, let's go. To the cable cars. Up this way. Wow, let's go explore. The leopard tortoise is one of the small 5. Not the big 5. Show yourselves, animals. The Cape Fox is one of the smallest member of the dog family. Woo! I'm waiting for a cable car to come back. Yay, I'm going! Ah, what a nice view. Wow.